Okay, I want to say good evening to everybody, especially our in-person guests, as well as those out there in cyberspace. At this time, we want to, this meeting is now called to order. The time is 6:03, and the day is March the 10th, 2026. We have a couple of the cadets with us today, and they're going to lead us in the pledge in a moment of silence. We have Cadet Master Sergeant Sinclair and Cadet Airman Holmes.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated.
Cadet Master Sergeant Donna Sinclair and Cadet Alyssa Holmes, thank you so much for doing our pledge today, and we appreciate your service to our school district. So we're going to present you with our pledge certificates with our very own interim superintendent, Mr. Tyrone Bacon. Let's give these ladies another round of applause.
Okay, at this time, can I get a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
So moved. Second.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, thank you. The motion has been properly made to approve the agenda by Ms. King, and second by Ms. Blackshear. Is there any discussion? Not all in favor, raise your hand. Okay, the motion passes unanimously. Ms. Blackshear, would you read the ethics statement?
Thank you. In accordance with regulations set forth by the Georgia Ethics Commission, it is the duty of every board member to avoid both conflict of interest or interest of such conflict. Does any board member have any known conflict of interest? Seeing none, Mr. Chair, we will proceed with our agenda.
Thank you, Ms. Blackshear. Do any of the board members have any comments at this time? Well, I just want to express my appreciation for you all appreciating us. Can't imagine why, but thank you. Superintendent?
I'll yield, Mr. Chairman, to Dr. Griffin Stewart.
Chair Karstafen, Vice Chair Rouse, board members, Superintendent Mr. Bacon, and all of our stakeholders listening virtually and in person. It brings me great pleasure to recognize our Spelling Bee students for this year. The Scripps National Spelling Bee's primary purpose is to improve student spelling, increase vocabulary, foster correct English usage, while developing life skills like poise, focus, resilience. Running for over 100 years, the nonprofit program promotes literacy encourages academic excellence, and helps young learners in grades 1 through 8 build confidence and discipline. Our students learn key objectives and benefits, like literacy and language skills. They move beyond memorization, and they actually learn the origin of words. Personal growth, it also helps them with educational access. And last but not least, the rite of passage. It serves as a national stage for celebrating academic dedication. So without further ado, it brings me great pleasure to recognize our district spelling bee winners for the 25-26 school year. So when you hear your name called, please come forward and stay up front, because we're going to have an opportunity for your parents to join, as well as school officials, and of course, our very own interim superintendent, Mr. Bacon. So our third place spelling bee winner is none other than Sebastian Height. He is an 8th grade student at Twiggs County Middle School. Congratulations, Sebastian. Our second place winner is a JES 5th grader, Ralph Croker. Please come forward, Ralph. And last but not least, our first place winner is Jeremiah Pitts. He is a Twiggs County Middle School 8th grader. Mr. Bacon, if you would please come forward to take a picture. So Jeremiah also competed in Athens at the State Bee the last weekend in February. Let's give these young men a round of applause. So guys, if you all will pause for just a second, would love for parents to come up. If you would like to join us in a picture, school officials, if you would like to come forward and join us in a picture, that would be great.
You ready?
Parents, thank you so much. Wait, we need Miss Floyd in here. Miss Floyd, please come forward. Miss Floyd. Let's give our students another round of applause. Now, you know, the spelling bee is a lot of work that goes into the spelling bee. We have a very special young lady that makes sure we have our spelling bee every year. And let me tell you what this person does for us every year. She prepares for the spelling bee. She gives the students and the teachers a script of all the words to study. She makes sure that teachers are providing class time for students to practice. She ensures that we have in-class spelling bees on grade levels. After we've done our school level bee, she pulls everything together for our district bee. She's locating judges. She's finding someone who could be our word caller. She also may be the word caller. She's getting students to the board so they can participate. She's setting up for the judges. This list could go on and on. I want to take this time to thank Ms. Orena Floyd, our district media specialist. Let's give her a round of applause. So who she so graciously pulls the event together. Come forward, Ms. Floyd, year after year. Ms. Floyd, on behalf of our interim superintendent, Mr. Tyrone Bacon, board members, faculty, students, and parents, I want to give you your roses because you definitely deserve it. So this is a token of our appreciation for the work that you do for the spelling bee.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ms. Floyd. Let's give her another round of applause. Thank you. So Chair Karstoffen, Vice Chair Rouse, Ms. Blackshear, and Ms. King, and Mr. Butler in his absence, I want to take this time to thank you for serving as our board members. This is Board Appreciation Week. We proudly pause to recognize and thank the dedicated members of our board for the work that you do. Your leadership, your vision, and commitment to the success of our students, educators, and community do not go unnoticed. Serving on a school board, and you all know this, requires time, thoughtful decision-making, and a deep belief in the power of education. Through your guidance and stewardship, you help shape policies, support our schools, and ensure that every student has an opportunity to grow, learn, and succeed. Your service reflects a genuine dedication to the future of the Twiggs County community. Because of your leadership, our schools continue striving for excellence and creating opportunities that inspire the next generation, because that's what we're all about, the next generation. So on behalf of our students, families, staff, and community, we want to thank you for your hard work, your sacrifice, and your unwavering commitment to public education. So everyone here, if you would please stand, and let's give our board members a wild round of applause. Thank you so much, board members. Please enjoy your week.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Dr. Griffin Stewart. And once again, we appreciate, in the last couple months, you guys have made this very hard transition easy. So thanks for being my team members. And once again, we really appreciate you. And I hope you enjoy the gifts from the district.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I also have one announcement. As everyone may or may not know, we are in search of a new head football coach, and it's been advertised. So I want to kind of go through the timeline for the public and everybody at large of how we're going to handle that. So today is Monday. On Monday, March 9th, the job posting closed at 9 o'clock. At 5 o'clock. On Tuesday, March 10th, we're going to sort through the applications for the pre-screen them for qualifications. On March 17th, an interview team will interview 6 or 7 of the top candidates. On March 19th, myself, the principal of the high school, 2 board members will interview the top 3 candidates. And on Tuesday, March 24th, it is my intent to bring before the board our final candidate for approval. Looking for a coach is a very difficult thing because they're going to inspire and challenge all of the young men at the high school and the middle school. We'll be looking for other athletic coaches as we go into this new season, Ms. Jenkins. So we're going to be better, faster, and stronger next season. Cobra, striking, always ready. So that is the theme that we hopefully for next year. So we hope to have a new coach no later than March 24th to have spring practice or spring workouts for the young men and women. So that is our hope, board. Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Bacon. At this time, can I get a motion to accept the consent agenda with the minutes and the district request?
I move to accept the consent agenda.
Second motion.
Okay, the motion to approve the consent agenda has been properly made by Ms. King and second by Mr. Rouse. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor, raise your hand. Okay, the motion passes unanimously. Okay, at this time, we're moving to our business agenda. Mr. Bacon.
Good evening, Board Chair Karstoffen, Vice Chair Rouse, board members, public here and at home. Tonight I want to present to you the Twiggs County School District for approval of contracted services for student support. Tonight I bring forth a proposal to restore the school social worker services to Twiggs County Schools. But before that, I want us to remember that we are a district with a vision, generating excellence, one team, one goal, with their mission to inspire, challenge, and prepare all of our students to compete globally. This will cover all of our strategic goals: learning and wellness for all, excellence ahead, academics, facility, and opportunities, doing things the Twiggs way, growing and sustaining our village, as well as becoming a premier people-first organization. Why this proposal? Our students and families are facing complex challenges. Attendance barriers, behavior concerns, mental health needs all require structured, coordinated efforts. Without a centralized professional overseeing student services, our responses have been fragmented. This proposal restores those coordinated services. This is not a new burden to our general fund. The district receives $40,000 in state categorical funding. Additionally, the position earns 0.27 FTEs, generating $11,248 in revenue. Combined, that is $51,248 in in-state related support for this position. The position will be contracted, meaning no health benefits, no retirement contributions, and no long-term benefit liability for the district. What is the scope of work? The role goes beyond direct services. It centralizes, coordinates all of our student services. It will strengthen attendance systems, align behavior processes, and increases our crisis response for our students and parents. This restores the district level of infrastructure that has been absent for over a decade. What is our plan? The first 30 days. During the first 30 days, there will be a constant on-site presence. We will review attendance and discipline data and protocols, identify high-priority, high-need students, and begin intervention planning and initiate family outreaches. A formal 30-day stabilization report will be provided to the district leadership as well as to the Board of Education. Board members, this proposal restores a critical support structure that our district has lacked for over 15 years. It is strategically funded, fiscally responsible, and focused directly on student stability and success. We are leveraging grant funding, generating additional state revenue, and protecting the district for long-term benefit liability as well. This is not an expansion for expansion's sake. It is the restoration of necessary infrastructure. I respectfully request the approval of contracted student services for a social worker. Are there any questions?
Questions? Okay, if there's no questions, can I get a motion to approve the social worker?
I make that motion.
I'd like to make the motion to approve the social worker recommendation per our superintendent.
All right.
Second.
Okay, the motion to approve the social worker has been properly made by Ms. Blackshear and second by Mr. Rouse. Is there any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Okay, the motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Board.
Mr. Basley?
Good evening, Board Chair, Vice Chair, Board members, and stakeholders. Today I want to talk to you about the certified classified personnel information and the direction that we're going in for data collections. But before I do that, we are a district with a vision generating excellence, one team, one goal, with a mission to inspire, challenge, and prepare all students to compete globally. This does align to all 5 of our strategic planning goals. And with that, I want to give you a brief synopsis of what this roadmap will look like, what we'll talk about today. We'll talk about what CPI is, why it's important, the current software that we use, and the path that we want to look at moving forward. What is CPI? These first few slides are geared to give you an understanding of what the process is, the urgency, and why we think it's so important to bring it to you today. So CPI is the Certified Classified Personnel Information Data Collections process. This process is what the state does to get all of the data for all of our staff. The salaries, the job descriptions, and all of that stuff goes into this process. This is done in 3 stages. There is a collection in October, one in March, and one in July. The first one in October is the most important because that's the foundation of all of the allotments and monies that the state will give you based on their formula. The March collection is basically a collection to look into any updates that you've made to your staff, any retirements, any leave, or anything like that. And then the July is focused on basically leave, retirement, and termination. So those are the breakdowns of those particular collections. CPI is basically the census for employees. It tracks every adult working in the school system to ensure that they are qualified, properly paid, and that the district receives the correct amount of funding from the state. Who is included? Nearly every person that's on the district payroll is included in the CPI data collection. The only exception being board members and everyday subs. Your certified, that's going to be your teachers, your administration, your librarians, any that's classified, any certified staff, that's going to be your teachers, your administrators, your librarians, and any certified classified staff would be your bus drivers, school nutrition, anybody like that. So all of those things go up to the state in the CPI data collections. The main purpose of this, again, is to go into the QBE formula. It gives you the calculation for the training and experience, and we'll talk about that a little bit more here in a second. What is training and experience? This is the calculation that is a critical piece of the Georgia funding puzzle. It determines how much additional money a school district receives from the state based on the teacher's experience and the level of their certification. This adds to the base amount on the salary. So when you look at those allotment sheets, that's what you're allotted. That's the base amount for that particular teacher. The T&E is going to be anything above that based on their experience and their certification levels. The state pays a base rate for a beginning teacher. T&E provides the extra funds needed to pay a teacher for, like I said, the advanced degrees and years of relevant service. October, that first cycle, is when these data points are collected and pooled. Here is an example of what that T&E formula looks like. So the T&E amount is equal to the state salary, whatever their level and step is, minus the base salary. So if you look at a base salary T4 step 0 teacher or employee, they would get let's say, an estimated $41,000. If that teacher is at a T6 and a step 10, let's say the salary scale says that they should make $58,000. The state then looks at that T&E and take that $58,000 minus whatever the base salary is to give you the $17,000. So you can kind of see why it's very important to make sure that those data collection data points are accurate when we send them up, because that's an extra $17,000 that the district would receive. Again, why does it matter? CPI determines the T&E for state funding. It also ensures compliance. It makes sure that each staff member has the appropriate credentials to educate, monitor, and run our schools. It ensures that all of our staff are quote-unquote in field and they meet professional qualifications by the State Department and Georgia PSC. It also provides a way for staff forecasting, because like I said before, that July, looks at any retirements, leaves, or anything like that that the staff has, so you kind of have an understanding of what's going to be in the years to come. Why we're here today is to discuss the software platform that we're using for this. Currently, we use Tyler School REP Pro to do our state reporting, human resources, and payroll. This is something that we moved to in the school year of 22-23. This is a national enterprise resource planning solution that encompasses all of the finances, human resources, and payroll, like I said before. With this software, we have seen workflow issues. This is going to highlight a couple of those. The first one is going to be administrative overhead and staff size. The platform is a national enterprise level system designed for districts with bigger finance departments. In the state of Georgia right now, the people that use Tyler Technologies are bigger in size, like I said, and I have some examples here. One is Pike County, Carroll County, and Evans County. Those are actually in our region, in our user group, and those particular districts have big departments, so they have the manpower and oversight to make sure all of the components of that software is accurate the way that it needs to be. Also, support and training lags. With it being a national platform, Georgia-specific needs are not always met on time. And to get contact with them to talk about those specific needs are really, really pressing. As an example, I've been looking at CPI for the last 2 months since Mr. Bacon has been here, and I have yet to talk to anyone from Tyler about the CPI module. And I've called, emailed, no one has gotten back to me within that time. Also, it needs manual cleanup. Again, with it not being Georgia specific, this is a national software. So they don't have most of the components in there, so you have to call, say, hey, can you activate this? Can you look at this? And then that requires us to go behind it to clean up anything like that. Working with Mr. Isikas, there's a lot of screens, a lot of cleanup, a lot of mistakes that come out of it, and we're just trying to make sure this is as accurate as possible. Also, finally, you have a prohibitive cost to value ratio. The licensing for Tyler REP Pro is substantially higher than any Georgia-specific softwares that's out there. The path forward, what we're going to move to and what we want to move to is a product from K-12 Solutions Group called the CPI Module Tool. This allows the district to manage and verify CPI state data directly within Infinite Campus, which is our current student information system. The first thing for this, it has a built-in integration. CPI module sits inside and talks directly to our student information system. This allows for automatic calculations of the CPI report data based on the master schedule and teacher assessments, eliminating the need for any manual calculations for staff percentages, which is a great big part of CPI. It's Georgia-specific logic. This particular software was designed for CPI for Georgia. Everything that's in it was specifically designed that way, so there's those support mechanisms are not needed as much. Support and training, again, this vendor is local. They're in commerce. The district has an established relationship with them, and the platform, again, is built for Georgia, as I said before. One of the most important parts of this is we're kind of future-proofing ourselves as well. In the past board meetings, I've talked to you about EdFi from the State Department. It's the way that the State Department is now going to start pulling data automatically from the districts without having these 3 snapshots. With this particular platform, because it's already in the student information system, they'll be able to pull it, it'll already work, and it will kind of future-proof ourselves along the way as we go. That roadmap hasn't been established yet, but we do expect to see that in the next 2 to 3 years. With this, this CPI module is an additional add-on to Infinite Campus. They created it as an add-on. It is an enhancement to make completing the reporting cycle more seamless. The cost for it will be a $1,300 total startup fee. That's going to be a $500 for a prorated annual license, $150 for support, and then $650 for setup and training. Are there any questions?
I have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
With the $650 setup and training, how many people will be trained on this program?
Right now, we're going to train every person on our senior cabinet, as well as some of the finance staff as well.
Okay.
So it's whoever you really want there, but that's the plan that we have in the district. So as a total, that's probably about 11 people.
And to add to that, Ms. King, we have to be careful who we train, because CPI also has personal data, salaries, social securities, numbers, and things like that. So we have to be very careful with privacy when we involving people. So it'll be the top administrators.
Okay. But that's a good price for those number of people that you have on. I thought it might have been just one person. That's why I was asking how many. Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
So there'll be an annual fee of $500? Am I reading that correctly?
Let me go back so I can make sure I'm looking at what you. The annual support fee will be $150. The license, basically what they're putting out is $500, yes, sir.
That would be.
So the license is $500, and then the support is $150.
So that'll be $650 a year.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Basley.
Sir.
Ms. Reardon.
Good evening. He's a little taller than I am. And I do apologize for the title on the screen. That is not the correct title or date on there, but on the agenda, it was the correct. We're talking about CCRPI, specifically the Governor's Office of Student Achievement Score with CCRPI. Again, congratulations, Board. I hope you enjoy your week, and thank you for your service. And Mr. Bacon, I acknowledge you, Mr. Karstoffen, Board Chair, Mr. Rouse, Vice Chair, Board members, and our constituents. We're a district with a vision, generating excellence, one team, one goal, and a mission to inspire, challenge, and prepare all students to compete globally. This also aligns with our strategic goals, learning and wellness for all, excellence ahead, academics, facilities, and opportunities. A few board meetings ago, I presented the CCRPI scores when they were released publicly, and they're based on the components that we reviewed back then, such as content mastery, progress, closing gaps, and readiness scores. And we had scores that we went over at that time. The document that you have in front of you, the first column is going to be the score that we reviewed back then. The Governor's Office of Student Achievement has an additional score that they add to this. It used to be called like a report card score on your CCRPI, and the Office of Accountability for the Department of Education had stopped doing that score, but this relates to the same score. When they stopped it, then a law came out, and through the Governor's Office of Student Achievement, they added the score back. But the Office of Accountability is not the people who are doing that score. It's done by the Governor's Office of Student Achievement. And so if you have questions about it, you can't go to the Office of Accountability because they don't talk about that score, but the Governor's Office of Student Achievement does. Where does the score come from? That's the calculation you see up here. It's different for each level of school. The first school for content mastery, just one example, our score was 46.8. They take 30% of that score and get a figure, which in this case was 14.04. Then they take the progress score that we had on that I presented to you a few weeks ago or a couple months ago. It was 70. This is for the elementary school. They take 35% of that score and it comes out to 24.5. For closing gaps, it was 7.7. They take 15% of that score and it is 1.55. Readiness was 80.1. They took 20% of that score, came out to 16.02. They add those together. When added together, that is 55.715 for Jeffersonville Elementary School, and they round that. They drop off the last digits, and that is 55.7 is what is reported for Jeffersonville Elementary's score from the Governor's Office of Student Achievement. And you can see on here the next set of numbers is from Twiggs County Middle School. I won't go over each and every one of those unless that's what you want. And then the high school. The high school, because graduation rate is added in there, the percentages are different. 30% for content mastery, 30% for progress, 10% for closing gaps, 15% for readiness, and 15% for graduation rates. They take those, add them together, and that's where the 69 comes from. So you have 55.7, 65.7, and 69 for this year's score. So this next graphic is the elementary. I'm calling it the Governor's Office of Student Achievement score, but just know that in the past, it came from the Office of Accountability, but it changed. It's still the same type of calculation. So in 2018, the elementary school was 58.3, and then it was 68.9 in 2019. Then we had COVID, so they did not calculate for a couple of years. So in 2024 was the next year that they calculated a score. That was 56.6. They stopped calculating it, and it became the Governor's Office of Student Achievement calculating it, and it was 55.7. So you can see where the scores were for the elementary school in red, and the blue line is the trend line. Now, for this trend, there are things that have been put in place to improve this trend, and at our next board meeting, March the 24th, the elementary school, middle school, and high school will be here to talk about what are their plans to improve all of these areas. So we're not going to go over that tonight. That will be in the next board meeting. You see the middle school in the next graphic. Started off at 63.9, went to 70.2, to 66.4, to 65.7, but it is still somewhat of an upward trend, mostly because of 2019. Again, there's still work that we need to do, and they have a plan and have been working on that plan. It also ties in with our district improvement plan and the school improvement plans that I presented to you a couple of times throughout this school year. And these are the high school scores: 72.5, 65.4, 46.9, and they have significantly rebounded to 69. But you see it's an overall downward trend, but again, I think we can expect some positive trends to come in the future. Then how do we get to the district score? This is another calculation. They go to the October FTE count for the number of students that we have in our schools at the elementary school, middle school, and high school. When they go to those, they take what you see in the first line. What you see in the first line there, you have 355 students. This is for Jeffersonville Elementary. 151 students for the middle school, and 244 students for the high school. The 355 students are 47% of the overall student population of 750 students. Then you see that that comes out to, again, 47% is going to be the weighted percentage. Then we have 151 students at the middle school. That is 20% of the population. 244 students at the high school, that is 33% of our population. So then we take the 47, the 20, and the 33, and then we get our weighted percentage score. And that is a weighted, they take 47% of the 55.7. So the Jeffersonville Elementary School was 55.7. They take 47% of that score, and that comes out to 26.179. Then for the middle school, its score for this year was 65.7. They took 20% of it because 20% of the population is in the middle school. That is 13.4. That's that weighted percentage. Then 69 at the high school, they take 33% of that because there's 33% of our students there, and that is our weighted percentage. And then we add those numbers up, 26.179, 13.14, 22.77. That is 62.089. That is the weighted district score. So on the next slide, you'll see the district Governor's Office of Student Achievement score was 64.2 in 2018. It's 68.2 in 2019. It is 55.9 in 2024, and it is 62 in 2025. And again, you see the blue trend line. Again, the principals will be talking about what they are going to do, what they have been doing. That's not what they're going to do. It's what they have been doing, what's already been in place this school year to improve this for the next school year. That's a lot of numbers, a lot of math we had to do in the evening. That's never good. And, but if you have any, do you have any questions?
I just would like to say thank you, principals. Thank you for doing what you do for our children. But Mr. Chair, Mr. Superintendent, is there any way that we can get a quarterly progress report toward the CCRPI so that we can kind of see where we at and where we're going?
Yes, ma'am. On next board meeting on the 24th will be the first rendition of that. Dr. Griffin Stewart and the principals worked on a set of questions and data points that they will be presenting, and that will be going forward. So I think you hearing it from them and them presenting their own data. So yes, ma'am, that will be coming on the 24th.
Okay.
So I want to thank them in advance for the spectacular job they're going to do. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our business agenda. And at this time, can I get a motion to move into executive session? Where we talk about personnel matters or future acquisitions of property or pending litigation, school safety.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, the motion has been properly made by Ms. Blackshear and second by Ms. Rouse for us to move into Let me try that again. The motion has been properly made by Ms. Blackshear and second by Ms. King. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor, raise your hand. Okay, the motion passes unanimously. I want to thank all of you for your presence tonight, and we'll This time, can I get a motion to return from executive session?
So
I make
moved.
that motion.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been properly made by Mr. Rouse and second by Ms. Blackshear. Is there any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Okay, the motion passes unanimously. And now, can I get a motion to accept the superintendent's recommendations for renewals, resignations, appointments, and new hire?
I make that motion.
Second.
Okay, the motion been properly made by Mr. Rouse, second by Ms. Blackshear. Is there any discussion? Okay, all in favor, raise your hand. Okay, the motion passes unanimously. There's no other business, is there, sir? No, sir. All right, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I make that motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. King. The motion has been properly made by Mr. Rouse and second by Ms. King. Is there any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. This meeting is adjourned.